Breaking news today, severe flooding has struck several areas in Aceh after days of continuous and intense rainfall. Rivers have overrun, residential neighborhoods are submerged, and hundreds of residents have been forced to evacuate their homes. This is breaking news on iNews, and we will stay with this developing story.
Emergency response teams have been deployed as authorities work to assess the extent of the damage and ensure resident safety. Today, we bring you extent coverage including live reports from the affected area and first-hand accounts from flood victims.
This flooding is unfolding rapidly and has already disrupted daily life at several districts in Aceh. What are we learning so far about how quickly the situation developed?
Reports indicate that water levels rose dramatically overnight. Many residents were asleep when flood waters began entering their homes.
The downright timing is especially concerning. Floods that occur at night often leave people with very little time to read.
Low-lying residential neighborhoods near riverbanks appear to be the most affected. In some areas, access roads have been completely cut off.
The rainfall continuing to about occasional flooding remain high. The raises broader question about disaster preparedness and early warning system.
Authorities are urging residents in high-rise zones to remain alert and to follow official instructions.
And we have been discussing the scale of this flooding and its impact on the daily life. For a closer look at condition on the ground, we now go live to Aceh. Joining us is 9 News reporter Diny. Diny, thank you for being with us. What are you seeing right now, Diny? Can you hear me?
Thank you. I'm reporting from one of the hardest hit residential areas here in Aceh. As you can see behind me, floodwaters have left home several damaged streets covered in a mud, and residents struggling to begin the recovery process. Rescue teams and local volunteers have been working around the clock, but the situation remains critical. Many residents were forced to evacuate in the middle of the night as the water levels rose rapidly.
Dini, how serious is the situation for residents at this moment? Are many families still unable to return home?
Several homes remains uninhabitable, and basic services such as a clean water and electricity are still disrupted, making daily life extremely difficult for residents. Sir, can you take us back to the moment you realized the flooding was becoming dangerous?
Yes, mm, it's happened late at night when most of us were already asleep. At first, the water was just outside the house. Uh, we thought it will stop like it usually does. But within less than an hour, the water started coming inside. It kept rising, and we could hear neighbors shouting and calling for help. At that moment, I realized this wasn't a normal flood.
What was going through your mind as the water continued to rise and you realized you had to leave your home?
Honestly, I was scared. My first thought was my wife and my children. I don't care about the house or our belongings anymore. We grabbed our important documents and a few clothes, and we left as quickly as we could.
When you returned, what condition was your home in?
Everything was wet and covered in mud. Furniture was damaged and appliances were ruined. The smell was very terrible. It felt like losing years of hard work in just one night.
Okay, sir, thank you for your experience for this. Ma'am, how has this flood affected you and your family emotionally, especially your children? As a mother, what was your biggest fear during the evacuation?
It has been very difficult for us. As a mother, my biggest fear was the safety of my children. Seeing our home flooded and our belongings damaged was heartbreaking. But what matters most is that we survived.
What do you hope will happen next for your family and for other residents affected by this disaster?
We hope for continued assistance and a chance to rebuild or live. We just want things to slowly return to normal.
Many families here are now relying on aid and community support as they try to rebuild their lives from almost nothing. This is the latest from the ground here in Aceh, where recovery efforts continue amid ongoing challenges. This is Diny reporting live for Breaking News Online News. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, thank you, Dini, for those powerful, deeply moving accounts from the ground. And the flooding in Aceh has left a lasting impact on thousands of lives, and recovery will take time.
Authorities continue to coordinate relief efforts, while residents are urged to remain cautious as weather conditions remain unpredictable.
Okay, we will continue to monitor this developing situation and bring you the latest updates. Okay, you've been watching Breaking News on iNews, and thank you so much, and good evening, everyone.